What are you doing there, Matt?
Showing him how to keep his sway bar up when he disconnects his sway bar link. So now that the sway bar link is up, you got it zip tied out of the way. You want to make sure that the sway bar doesn't come down when you're off-roading. So what you want to do is you want to find a pretty good point, something that won't move. So
just tie it to the wheel, the tire or something.
Usually what I do is, because mine's lifted, I use the coil spring, and that's completely okay. In this case, we might have to, because there's nothing really else to connect to besides this brake line. I definitely don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the coil spring.
How about the...
You only need one. You don't need a whole lot. You don't need to zip tie everything together.
Right. I was going to say use that frame right there, but that's too far back. You wouldn't be able to work.
Boom, just like that. That way, like I said, the sway bar won't flop down when you're articulating.
All right, so we are at Coppingers Cove, Tennessee, just outside of Sequatchie, Tennessee, down in the holler. And Coppingers Cove is famous for one thing, and that's being a long, kind of semi-flat, straight road that used to be, well, I say road, it used to be an old wagon road back in the day. And what it's turned into now is, well, it's not been paved or maintained or anything, so now it's an off-roading trail. The cool thing about it is it's got pretty much a little something for everybody. There's parts where it can get kind of gnarly, there's parts where, you know, it's fairly safe. So if you've got a stock vehicle, you can absolutely come out here, no problem. However, there are going to be situations that you're going to run into that you may not be able to pass. However, the cool thing about it is they have a lot of bypasses. So the best thing about it, I think, is if you want a challenge, you can kind of choose to go on the more challenging sections. And if you don't want a challenge and you want to take it easy to just maybe check the place out or have fun with the wife and kids in the car and not slam them around the interior all the time, you can take the bypasses, which are fairly smooth. That's why this place is kind of nice. So if you're in the area, traveling from out of town and you're coming through, I recommend hitting this place. This is a good spot to where you can go from Sequatchie, Tennessee, on the old wagon road, following along the Little Sequatchie River, all the way to a place called Tracy City. And Tracy City comes out just above the interstate, so it's really kind of a convenient place to go.
How's everything break down?
A lot of things are touchy. It's like I'll touch the gas and it'll lurch forward. I'll touch the brake and it'll like slam them. It's so touchy. Kind of makes it a pain in the ass to drive, really. it's dangerous. This is so fucking slippery. Well, I brought like 3 different changes of clothes.
I did too. I even brought swimming trunks.
Alright. Stop. 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 Getting out of the way. Just
saw that rock, man.
Yep.
Yeah, look at it. That rock had tumbled on end on his axle.
So basically what we found out is he has steering in front and then steering rods in back. So the ones in the back, the drag link in the back got bent, and so it also took out the steering stabilizer with it. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to have him put it in reverse, and we're gonna winch him all the way up to flatter ground so we can bend the steering arm back in and take out the stabilizer. Hopefully get our steering back. All right. So
that link right there where his hand is completely bent. Now I know it's gonna be hard to see, but we have a winch cable attached to it, and we're gonna try and bend it back.
Come on. Come on. Again. 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 Release. Release. Pull. Pull. Again. 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 Stop. Release. Back it up and bump it just a bit. Driver. Turn, driver. Okay.
Yeah.
Forward.
No, just let it roll. Driver. Driver. There you go. Alright, give her a little bump. There you go. Bump, bump. Alright, back up just a hair. Just a hair. A little bit more. A little more. Right there. Now come forward, give it a bump. There you go. Now it's getting up and then you're stopping. Back right there. Alright, come forward. Full blow. There you go. Now driver. Perfect. Woo! Turn driver. 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 There we go. Alright. Alright. That's a picture from hell. Stay right there. Give it a little bit more. That's a picture. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Do it again. Yes. Awesome. Super picture. Alright, back up. Passenger, back up. Super passenger, back up. Right there, stop. Driver. Alright. There you go. Alright, stop. Back up just a hair. Back up. Right there. Alright, come forward, give it a bump. Stop. Back up. Right there. Alright, come forward, give it a bump. Oh, goodness, good God Almighty. Yeah. Give her a bump. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back, give her a bump. Go back, right there. Alright, now come in and give her a bump. There it is. Woo! Slow it down. Keep going straight.
How was that?
Dude, that was amazing. That was a blast.
Good. Our driver. Driver hard, hard driver, hard driver. Okay, straighten it up. Good. Gonna come up. Come on, you got it. Come on. Clear. Little passenger. Hey, did you air down?
Yeah.
Passenger. Come forward. All right. Come on up. Come on up. Passenger. Little passenger. That's good. Come forward. Little hair driver. Hair driver. Come on forward. You good? Let's smooth that out for you. We're good a little bit more.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Slow, you're gonna come down the back, down the front, same time. Okay?
Hey.
Down the back.
Woo.
Okay. And there you're through. Get the bump and you're done. Pretty much smoother for you.
I appreciate that.
How was it?
Well, putting it in first gear makes it a lot easier because that hill assist isn't fighting you the whole time.
There you go.
Come on. Good step over. Yeah. Bobby. Come on. There you go.
Oh goodness, right. God.
That's like our crunch.
That a girl. Alright, that was good. Well, let's go. Let's go find a camp spot.
Got it. Nail it, or you start sliding. There you go. Pull up.
Big old rock there, Tater. Yep, there it is. I felt it touch.
Nah. That
Touch.
that you heard
good.
touch.
It ain't doing shit. It ain't doing nothing. It's okay. It ain't doing stuff. We were just talking on the CB, and I gotta agree with all the guys. It is the most beautiful trail I have ever been on, by a long shot. I mean, this is the epitome of what four-wheeling is in the mountains and the hollers of southern Appalachia. And if you have not experienced something like this, where everything is kind of wet, muggy, and woodland with fir trees and ferns growing out of the ground, and you got to do it, because it is a very, very scenic thing. Everywhere we look in the forest, I mean, it looks like something out of a fairy tale movie or something. Our campsite last night, fantastic, absolutely gorgeous. And you know, that brings me to another point. I want to talk about off-roading in general and the differences between off-roading and overlanding. A lot of people think going out wheeling is nothing but a bunch of drunk rednecks going out in cheap piece of shit S10s and just shooting guns and burning cars in the woods. And I gotta be honest with you, there is a large crowd that back in the 90s, man, that was the thing, and that's all they did. You know, when there wasn't nothing to do, you took a 50 pack of natty ice in the woods and went and did redneck shit. But now, but now things have gotten a little bit different, and I honestly believe it is due to the invention of social media, because now what used to be off-roading has now turned into a measuring contest of who has more money, who has more flashy crap, who has the biggest, baddest thing out there. And it's the overlanding community has developed into that, the off-roading community has developed into that, and that's where you end up with a bunch of guys that think you got to spend 60 grand just to come out and play in the woods. And honestly, it's not true at all. I started out on dirt bikes, got into four-wheelers, I raced cars for a long time, and now I'm back into off-roading. I had a Jeep back when I was a teenager, and now here I am again. And I gotta be honest with you, man, it's just as fun when I was... Yeah, and you know... This is B-roll for editing.